Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming to today's restaurant networking group, 11 a.m. Today is October the 13th, 2023, and we all are restaurant vendors who are here to help each other grow our businesses and also to help any restaurant owner, manager, or chef to solve any problems they might have. And if anybody would like to reach us, please give us a call at 561-620-8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com and take a look at our YouTube channel, which is Today's Restaurant. And we've got over 300 videos on that channel dating back a couple of years prior to COVID. And Terry Ark has a video up there, so see if you can find her and watch it.
Oh, please don't. It's old. It's old and I was new.
We have a couple of new and returning people on the board today. I want to first introduce Antoinette. Why don't you say hello and tell us who you are?
Hello, everyone. I said welcome. Thank you for having me here. My pleasure to join you guys. My name is Antoinette Emanuel. I'm an interior designer, original from Peru, but raised and I practice here in Miami, South Florida. But actually now I specialize in restaurant design for more than 15 years now, only in restaurants. And it was between Europe and Miami, but now we're doing San Francisco as well. Second restaurant in San Francisco. They're pretty interested in the Miami culture now that Miami is growing so much, and just planning to expand more and more. So that's why I enjoy you guys and see what we can do together.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And Giacomo is back from Europe.
Yes, hello. My name is Giacomo Paccione, like Howard mentioned, and I work on the trade marketing and marketing departments for Carpigiani. So we focus on spreading the word of ice cream and gelato through North America. So all of our equipment are made for soft serve, ice cream, gelato, and we also have display cases and hardening cabinets. So we have almost all the full portfolio that you will need to start your own business. Also here with me is also John McCabe, that also is a colleague of mine in Carpigiani, North America. So I'm happy to be back.
Thank you. And Jacob, good morning. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? How's everybody? My name is Jacob Fishman. I'm with GMP Insurance Brokerage. We provide commercial liability, general liability, workers' comp for anybody within the restaurant industry or within any business, but we do have some unique restaurant markets and we were just at a show for Food and Business Food Network. We actually met Howard, and that's where I look to help you guys out.
Okay. Thank you. Well, we're going to have everybody do their intro now, and then we'll circle back to the newbies to add what they might have forgotten. So we'll start with John McCabe.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Nice to see everybody. I'm John McCabe. I'm with Carpigiani. We're a division of Ali Group Well-Built. I work specifically with anyone from entrepreneurs up to some small chains, and working primarily on the East Coast now with distributors and representatives. And I work very closely with people like John Marinac and designers and consultants. We have distributors that can do everything from build out a shop to sell you one piece of equipment. We have two spectacular chefs on board to help support the programs in the United States and Canada. They're in Marco's in Italy right now at the host show, but Barron's up in Wisconsin and does a lot of work in Chicago at our North American headquarters for Ali Group. We also distribute a lot of equipment for pastry for people like Disney, Beard Papa, the Cake Boss use a lot of our equipment for making their pastry creams and some of the other delicacies. I'm available to help anyone with a frozen dessert program develop in the market. And we work closely with a lot of the bigger representatives and a lot of the big dealers, such as Trimark or Edward Don, now Cisco. And we look forward to working with you any way we can. Have a great day. I can be reached at 401-368-6406. Thanks a lot.
Hey, John, do you know whether Cisco is going to keep the Edward Don name and let run as a separate business, or are they folding them in?
I don't really know, but I hope they don't change it too much, because really Edward Don was very strong on the equipment side and supplies, where I think Cisco is more stronger on the side of food.
Right.
Food and food products, and maybe some supplies like chemicals and so forth, but not so much heavy equipment. So I would think that they will keep that division separate, at least for a while. You know, and Edward Don in the last 3 or 4 years has been on a very aggressive pattern, buying a lot of small dealers around the country. So it's, you know, it's getting down at, you know, there's 5 or 6 real big players now.
I think the fact that Edward Don was buying some of the smaller dealers prior to COVID, and during COVID, there was no business basically. So I think they got caught there. I think that they were weakened because of the payments that they had to make purchasing those places. And that's how Cisco got them.
I will say during COVID, we had very good years. So, I mean, it was surprising that we were able to rebound. We had a little bit of problems with supply of equipment, but we did extremely well. And the last 3 or 4 years has been very good for us. And I think it, you know, sometimes when the recession is and the economy is tough, ice cream and sweets, you know, still fill a market. People are still going to go out for that. They might not go to a gourmet restaurant, but they're still going to go out for a little dessert.
This is true.
We'll see how it plays out. John Bunn, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday the 13th, everyone. It's a great day. My name is John Bunn with the BH Bun Company. We manufacture the bun string tying machines. Been in the bakery industry since the 30s, and supermarkets, butcher shops, literally anything that you can think of, we've probably tied it. You can reach us on the internet at our website, which is buntyco.com, spelled BUNNTYCO.com. Our email is info@buntyco.com, and our toll-free number is 800-222-BUN. Thank you.
Okay, John Marinak, good morning.
Good morning, John Marinick, Marinick Food Service Consultants. We design restaurants, and we work with people like Antoinette and John McCabe and everybody pretty much that's involved with the restaurant industry. We're doing a lot of local restaurants right now. Some reason there's a surge that's starting, and we're also getting busy overseas, a little bit stronger. So I think there's going to be some pickup as soon as we can get the funding in place for, you know, I think people are getting funding in place now. Anyway, John Marinick, Marinick Food Service, 954-817-1183. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Terry Ark, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Apologize. First of all, I'm in the country. The internet is very bad here, so visiting my family. My name is Terry. I'm with Creative Business Impressions. I'm based out of Boca Raton, Florida. I am a 20-year veteran of the promotional products industry. So what I do is to help your prospects and customers remember who you are by providing products that have your logo. And we do everything from table covers to banners to flags to patio umbrellas, anything that a restaurant could use to promote themselves and get their name out there. One of the things recently that's come out in one of my meetings was that the microfiber cloths, which are used a lot of times to clean somebody's phone, are the imprint on them is very, very precise and very clear enough where you can actually put a QR code on it. So that's a great way to get someone to go to your menu on your restaurant website. Terry, Creative Business Impressions. My number is 561-308-1393.
Hey, thank you. Gabby, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Gabby with Worksite PEO. We are a full service PEO. What that means is we'll take care of all your entire back office, from payroll taxes, workers' comp, 401k, HR consultation, to even your tax credits. Specifically for restaurants, there's a FICA tip tax credit that a lot of people don't know about. We will take care of that and give you an advance every quarter, so that you're able to put that capital back into your restaurant or your company, or take a nice vacation, well deserved. Gabby with Worksite PEO, and we also have a referral partnership program. So if anyone knows of anyone that might be interested, just let me know.
Hey, thank you. Stephanie, good morning.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Excuse my voice. But Mark is currently on vacation at the moment, so I'm here to share what we do. Mark and I are Brilliant Computers. We service all kinds of businesses with various services, including but not limited to business email hosting and servicing, online backup, setup, and management. We also just do, server and individual computer servicing as well, remote and on site. The great thing is I've got my own home office here. So even if I'm too sick to show up, if I can help you remotely, I'll answer the phone. I'll help you out. As you can see, we never give up. If we can fix it, we will. Do not hesitate to contact us to learn more about what we can do for your business. Contact us at 561-877-1119. And you can visit our website at www.brilliantcomputers.com to learn more about what we can do. And there's also a little place where you can enter in some questions as well. And that way it'll come over to our email. But the best email for us is Mark, M-A-R-K, at brilliantcomputers.com. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Terry, TRN Terry.
Hi, everyone. And happy Friday the 13th. You know, it's always been a very lucky day for me. People kind of like, oh my gosh, but it's a good day. I handle the office and the monthly lead reports. Happy to say we broke a record last month. We had 80 brand new leads in Florida, wow, which is a record. And yeah, I sent a sample out to a new girl in the last group, and she immediately said, I want it. So in January, the price is going to pretty much almost double for the yearly rate, because of other people that we have to bring on to help us get these, and because the amount of work and time it takes to do it, and because there's nothing else out there that even comes close anywhere. And I always tell everyone, if you can find someone, please tell me who they are. Anyway, so we give you the names, the owners, the email addresses, very important, about when they're opening up, you know, what they have, who they are. And a lot of times, very difficult just to get, we can spend 45 minutes trying to get one owner's phone number or email. That's how hard it is most of the time. Very difficult. But anyway, if anybody wants a sample, we'll let you know where they're at. Terry at trnusa.com. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Okay. And the three amigos. Welcome back, Chris.
Yes,
Thank
Chris.
you.
Back and congrats.
Kevin, I'm gonna let you handle it today, man. I got a little jet lag going now.
I was just going to tag you for this one. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. we are a small to medium-sized support system for restaurant groups, hospitality groups we help them with their purchasing, their distribution agreements, and with their manufacturer deviations and rebates. We are able to come into these arrangements with our clients and really help them save a lot of money. I was just jotting down some notes. This week we presented to 3 different groups. We've gone through the full RFP process, request for pricing process, where we compete those clients with a number of different distributors. In California, the results look to be around 11.4% improvement. A group in DC, 13.9%, and a group in Houston, a little bit over 29%. The interesting thing is, because, and the reason I mentioned the cities, if you really start thinking about that type of savings available across the country, it's pretty obvious that it's an opportunity for many companies throughout the US to really have a great reduction in their overall spend when it comes to their distribution expenses. And we were able to go and through a process to get them those kind of savings. So we are fully contingent based on relationships we have. We don't charge a fee, no project costs. We just basically share in the savings that we find for our clients. Strategic supply chain partners, you can find us at www.ssc.partners, or if you'd like to call me directly, 407-497-9495. Chris, you want to add, or John?
Yeah, I want to add something. Chris, I had no idea you went to Italy, first of all, and congratulations on getting married. So
there you
if you
go.
can find,
Never know where you're.
If you can find 5 guys that know more about the restaurant business than these guys with development and saving money, let me know, because I can't find it anywhere. And the hardest part is us to convince people that what they have on the table is actually true.
Thanks, John.
Very true.
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to double back to our new people now. Antoinette, want to tell us a little bit more and give us the information on how we can contact you?
Yeah, I was just about to, I was looking for my business card to place it on the chat. But basically, I mean, it's been, like I was saying, more over 15 years in the industry designing restaurants. And I have designed, most of my restaurants are pretty well known here in the area. Miami, Ceviche 105, one of the top restaurants, Peruvian restaurants, is actually, which started the whole Peruvian movement in Miami. And from there, it just went more and more people interested in my work and, you know, like developing their projects. Then I had like very important clients as Cuban families here. So from there, I have to say, like, somehow Miami is growing so much now. So it's very interesting right now, the market here. I actually partner up with a Colombian company where they're manufacturing like metals and, you know, other furniture as well, because I'm really not in the, after COVID, they have issues with, you know, with furniture and I've never been a fan of bringing from China furniture. So actually South America, it's a good solution for us. And so I'm partnering up as well. And, you know, because I see that this is growing so much. And then, like I was mentioning before as well, I see the interest in other states that they want to bring the Miami flair. I mean, like right now, it's a lot of America is coming here, but I guess they want it as well in their own state. So it's pretty interesting. I love what I do. Sometimes it's a project when you do residential projects, it's from 6 months to a year. Some restaurants can take 2-3 years. I have some of them, but it's for me. I love doing it. I guess, you know, it's my passion. So I'm going to be sharing with you some images and, you know, so you can see more. I'm not much of a, you know, a talkative person. It's more about what I can show you what I do. So I will share with you my portfolio and my website so you can see my work. Hopefully from here. I'm very glad that I get to share with you guys. I know I mean, the main rooms, the main salon from the kitchen is a totally different thing. Like I don't even cook at home, so people, I'm like, I'm only gonna be in the front of the house. I don't go in the back. But it's very important that in my team, I have the right people that when we come as a group, like now we went with John to Orlando. So this is the first project for us with Linda that we are actually having in Orlando, hoping for more, because these are very interesting clients. So we went with John, and it was just such a fulfilling experience for everyone, because we all had, we are specialized people in every aspect of the restaurant business. So I'm very glad that I get to meet all, and now I can add you in my team.
How can we reach you?
I'm gonna be sharing with you my phone number is 786-389-6443. And then I will grab my email, where it's aemanuel@consultant.com. So, but I will have everything, all the information written right now on the chat.
Okay, well, like I said, we're going to send an email out after the meeting, so all that will be there. I have all your contact information.
Excellent.
And
so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Welcome aboard. If you know of any chair manufacturers who may be interested in joining us, we'd love to have them.
The company quality in Colombia, it's outstanding. I just have a meeting right now. We have this is the first restaurant we work with this company from Colombia, but actually I had really good references, and everything have come on time. This is a very difficult project, because we needed to have in 4 months the whole construction of this new construction, 4,000 square feet. So we were a little concerned with times, but no, all the containers on time, so professional. Really proud. I'm Peruvian, I'm not Colombian, but I'm proud that we are doing this in all South America. So I will be sharing all this news with you as well.
Okay, great. Thank you. And Giacomo, you want to add anything to what you said before?
No, absolutely. So, being Giacomo Pacione with Carpigiani, if you ever have any requests, or you'd like to learn more about our company, my number is 336-867-3854. And what I wanted to update is that at the beginning of next month, Carpigiani will be attending the biggest frozen desserts trade show in Las Vegas at the Horseshoe Casino. And we will be presenting our soft serve and ice cream equipment. Plus, we will have information about our shakes and display cases and hardening cabinets. So if you're looking to an opportunity to learn about frozen desserts and network with people within the frozen dessert industry, this is going to be the biggest show taking place, and we will be participating as Carpigiani. We also are based in High Point, North Carolina, and we offer classes through our Frozen Dessert University that they are online and they are in person. So if you would like to learn, or you would like to start your own ice cream and soft serve business or gelato business, you can certainly come and participate in one of our classes. Our schedule is always published on www.frozendessertuniversity.com. If you'd like to learn more about how to start your own ice cream business. And if you've already committed to start your own ice cream business, please reach our offices, or directly John McCabe, which is also present in this call, and earlier on he passes information. That's it from my side.
Thank you. And Jacob.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? My name again is Jacob Fishman. My company is called G&P Insurance Brokerage. We are in a commercial property and casualty insurance brokers. We've been in the insurance industry for about 30 years right now. We have some unique markets within pretty much every single industry, with unique connections that we've built with carriers that, we've been writing business for this long of a time. Specifically for the restaurant industry, I've just done a couple restaurants, a smokehouse, a bar, a club. These are all with, these are just a few that we have done. And When it comes to restaurant industry, there's so much that needs to be known when it comes to insurance. Forget about just regular general liability. There's EPLI. I mean, there's the turnover rate when it comes to restaurants is, you're hiring workers, you're hiring waitresses and waiters, and there's a lot that's turnover, and you want to protect the owner from somebody claiming that they fired or did not hire them because they were sexist or racist. That's a very important insurance, and it's very inexpensive, and a lot of people don't even know about it. And then if you're a wholesaler, a manufacturer, a distributor within the food industry, we have some very unique programs that can help you out. And if you know anybody that owns a business or owns a restaurant or is within the food industry, send them my way. We'll be more than happy to help them. And yeah, our company tagline is "Don't risk it, insure it." And we'll be more than happy to help you anybody out with their insurance needs.
How do we reach you?
I can put my contact info. My cell is the best way how to reach me, or my email. It's always ringing. My wife hates it, but insurance is expensive. But the one thing that we can help people with is that we're servicing them, and I'm always available to through phone or via email.
Well, give us your phone numbers so the people that are watching can call you.
Sure. You want to say it out now? Or
yeah, please.
Oh, so my cell number is 347-451-4225. My email is jacob@GNP, that's George Nancy Peter Brokerage, jacob@gnpbrokerage.com.
Okay, thank you. I didn't miss anybody, right? I missed somebody in the 9 o'clock group a couple of weeks ago, and I had to apologize for 2 weeks. I don't want to do that again. A couple of weeks ago, we had a discussion about Walmart hiring people for executive jobs without college education, and what people thought about that. And we had a nice conversation about that, and I read an article this week, sort of like a follow-up as to what we were talking about, and it's kind of interesting. Some of the key findings of the article was 27% of Americans say college today isn't worth it. 1 in 8 advanced degree holders say the level of education they achieved was not worthwhile. 91% of parents with children under 18 want their children to go to college, and 69% of parents who feel college isn't worth it still want their children to go. 71% of workers, those facts sort of attached to the conversation that we had, where college isn't always required to be successful in life. Anybody have any thoughts on that?
I knew Chris because he's the one that brought it up last time, and he's right.
I don't have a college degree.
Yeah.
I've been C-suite president, CEO, quasi-CFO in multiple scenarios. And I applaud Walmart for what they're doing, frankly, because in a lot of industries, the number one skill you need is people skills. And I may be slightly biased because I've run into too many people with all kinds of letters after their name, and they throw those letters at people like me all the time. I actually had a guy tell me one time, Chris, people would take you serious as an executive if you would just finish college and get your degree. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I had somebody in an interview. I interviewed a candidate one time and I said, tell me why I should pick you over all the other people applying for this job. And he goes, well, unlike a lot of people in the restaurant business, I have a college degree that makes me smarter and more educated. And I asked him, I said, so really? What would you say if I told you I don't have a college degree? The guy about peed in his pants at that point. I think degrees are really good for professions, doctors, lawyers, architects, engineers, where there's specific knowledge that needs to be, I guess, gained over time in order to be able to execute that role. But in a service industry, a people industry, where the number one skill is treat people, there's a lot of things college cannot teach you. If you're a jerk, college isn't going to unjerk you. Sorry. I have run into, I can't tell you how many CEOs I run into who, because they have the financial education and the business acumen, but they don't have the people skills, they ruin the companies they take over. They alienate people. I go back to, I've told everybody this before, Gallup does an annual employee engagement survey, and all of 32% of employees in America are considered engaged employees. The other 68% are mildly to actively disengaged to flat out belligerent, meaning they're working against the best interest of the company. The number one reason people are disengaged is because of their immediate supervisor. And as we continue to require college degrees in jobs that mostly need people skills, how to coach, teach, support, develop people, and those skills aren't being taught effectively, I don't believe, because it's all about numbers and processes and finance and so on and so forth. It's a fundamental problem in America. Not to mention the fact the requirement of a college degree continues to push people away from trades. There used to be trade schools. We all know this. You used to be able to take things in high school to learn a trade. We don't have enough electricians. We don't have enough plumbers. We don't have enough people that can do construction work in this country because everybody thinks they need to have a college degree. And the sad thing is so many of them get college degrees in humanitarian or non-professional related things that end up being upset at the world because they spent all this time going to college, spending all this money going to college, and they're a barista at Starbucks because the degree doesn't get them anything. So off the soapbox, I'm going on mute, but that's my rant for the week.
Yeah, but go ahead, Terry.
No, I was going to say he's right. Our grandson did not go to college, where his father, my son, makes a very good living with Nextra Energy out in California. He's one of the high ups. He got my grandson in to take the test. Now you have to qualify. He went to a trade school for electrical engineering, for electrical. And after he finished, very bright, didn't go to college, he applied for the position. 50 or 60 people, they took him over the other people that did have a college degree because he went to trade school and learned everything he needed to do to get that particular job. He asked around, he talked to the people doing it at the company, which is also like an FP&A out in Las Vegas. And he's making a fortune. So you apply yourself, you have people skills to do a trade school, you listen, you learn. I 100% agree with Chris.
But the interesting thing about this article was that 91% of parents with children under 18 want their kid to go to college. But 69% of parents feel that college isn't worth it, but they still want them to go.
Because
and they don't realize that they're putting them under a financial burden for years to come if they have to finance
but Howard, that's because we have conditioned people to think you have to have a college degree to be successful in life now.
Right.
And we've conditioned people to think that the only jobs worth having are jobs that require a college degree. And the fact of the matter is, that's not the case. And until you know, there's a whole, oh man, I don't want to get started. I mean, when I was in college, I went three plus years, started out with a scholarship, ended up paying a couple of semesters. I went to a local university in New Orleans. You know what my tuition was in 1977? $150 a semester. $150 to go to college. And it was about $400 worth of textbooks a semester. You can't do that anymore. College is big business now. It costs a fortune, not because they're worried, and I'm sorry if there's people going to see this video in the academic world, but it's a business and it's about making money and it's about taking advantage of the
marketplace,
grant programs and college student loans. It's a big business and it's a big scam, just like every other big business out there. Healthcare, anybody you want to talk about. Don't get me started about the scam going on with prescription drugs.
Well,
It's a whole nother scam. And all of the people like us that don't pay attention or don't know the ins and outs of it are just getting taken advantage of. And we've been brainwashed to believe if you want your kids to get ahead, they got to go to college. Meantime, you can make 80, 100,000 years an electrician, a plumber. That's still a good living in this country. That's a very good living.
Well, in our
I
industry,
was having a conversation with another group about this whole thing too, and my whole concept was, you know, college is great, and there's you know, certain things that you can learn in college that you can't learn in like a trade school or whatever. But I worked for a company that was owned by Warren Buffett. Most of my business training is through that company. I learned every aspect of running a business, and so the college that I did have was really just, you know, accounting and business administration, and you know, that part of it was not, and I had some legal training as well in college, but the actual job training taught me more than anything else. And not that college is bad. It is expensive. I agree with Chris 100%.
And, you know, most of my professional training came with restaurant companies like Kevin, you know, Steak and Ale Bennigan's, you know, in the 80s. They taught you everything.
Right, all those big companies.
They taught you profit and loss as a restaurant manager. They taught you control systems. But you know, the other thing they taught you how to treat people.
Look, Gabby,
Yeah, I think there's a few issues going on with, you know, college degrees and education and experience right now. So I am actually a college graduate. I overgraduated. I have 4 degrees, from which I only use one, by the way. And so, like many college graduates, I feel like the training and the experience that I got in college doesn't really help me outside of college. Maybe a little bit more of specialized skills, like Chris said, like lawyers and doctors, they definitely do need to go through that training. But there's a lot of things that, you know, college does not prepare you, and especially degrees nowadays are not prepared for today's society. I feel like there's a huge gap between the education that we're currently giving our kids to what they actually need in real life, like finance. Unless you go to a business school, they really don't teach you about finances. And I feel like every single person living here in the United States, especially, they need to know about finances. And that's not something taught in school or otherwise, unless, like I said, you're going to business school or accounting. There's also like when I first went to school, I wanted to get a social media marketing degree, which right now they have them, but when I was going to school, I had to actually put two and two together. That's why I have a bachelor's in IT and an MBA, because there wasn't such thing. So I feel like school is playing catch up with today's society and what today's society's business needs are. And there's also a huge gap when you graduate and when you come out of college and you go to apply for said jobs that you wanted to apply for, and that's why you went to college for. Most of them require experience. So how are you going to get the experience if you just went to college to study that? Like, majority of them, they require at least 2 to 5 years of experience. My boyfriend's daughter is getting a bachelor's degree in business, and her biggest challenge right now is getting a decent job that doesn't pay $15 an hour, that will consider her bachelor's degree. Now she has she's educated, she has a bachelor's degree, she's incredibly smart, but she still has to start from the bottom. And I'm not saying that shouldn't be the case, because the experience that you build from the bottom up is very valuable as well, and it should be attained. But for a college graduate, it doesn't really pay right now to go to school, because you still have to start from the bottom, which is Florida minimum wage right now is $12, short of 15. It's going to be 15 in 2 years. So in that sense, it really doesn't pay to get yourself into hundreds of thousands of dollars of student debt for you to actually make $15 an hour.
Yeah, and so Gabby, to your point, that question you asked, where are they supposed to get the experience? So on my consulting business, I work as an outsourced CEO, an executive coach, whatever. And one of the things I tell people all the time, you need to stop thinking that way. If you're expecting everybody else to give them the experience you want to hire for, they're potentially learning things that aren't going to fit your company anyway, especially from a culture standpoint. And if companies would realize that, if they would do the math process and understand the crippling cost of turnover, again, 32% of employees in America are considered engaged employees. The other 68%, mildly to actively to belligerently working against their company, disengaged. And all of them end up being lumped into the overall cost of turnover. People accept turnover like a cost of doing, but there's nothing I can do about it. That's just the way people are these days. That's not true. It's the way you're treating them. If you would hire people and say, hey, we'll hire you with that degree, and we're willing to give you the on-the-job training to give you the experience. You want to know what happens to engagement when you take that type of approach? It goes through the roof.
That's what
But the
happened to
amazing
me.
thing is, and this is where I get angry, the ones with the Ivy League MBAs,
Yeah,
don't look at it that way.
and
They look at it based on money and what it's going to cost them. Instead of what can we do to invest in these human beings to help them, give them a hand up in life and help them do something.
And the other thing, let me just finish my point. The other thing that college doesn't teach you, that is a lot of people or a lot of jobs don't consider, is like regular living skills, like basic skills like grit, work ethic, and even tenacity and being a go-getter. A lot of times you especially from a student, and I went through this when I was in college, you have this much pressure of like trying to figure out where you want to go to college for, and trying to figure out what kind of degree you want, and trying to figure out which direction you're going to go to, that at the end of the day you might end up picking a career that you're completely unhappy with, and then all the other skills like work ethic and grit and all that goes down the drain because you're unhappy with the career that you chose. And now guess what, you end up with hundreds of thousands of student debt regardless. So it's like, it's a tail chasing game that it just mind-blowing.
You know,
I want to ask.
It was said earlier that the industry that we're in, as an umbrella industry, is based on on hospitality and based on a certain character in your personality to be helpful to other people, and that you don't learn, that you're born
Right.
with.
And what restaurant does not have a manager? Is there ever a restaurant out there that's not going to have a manager? No, you're not. You have to manage people in some form. One of the things that I had to do when I was in training is before you can become a manager, you had to do the job first. That way you knew what the skills need, what the person that you were going to manage had to do, what the problems they came across, all that kind of stuff, so that you could understand and be a good manager. That's how I was taught to move on up in the ranks.
You know, this article went on after talking about college degrees, etc. This is just a fun fact that every restaurant should understand that 71% of people in the workforce buy lunch 3 times a week, and half spend $20 or more per lunch. That's a pretty important statistic to know and to sort of target in your marketing and in your takeout business, et cetera, et cetera. That's just a fun fact for the week. 1 in 5 workers purchase at least 1 coffee daily. It's, that's the influx of coffee business and self-standing coffee companies that are popping up around the country. And we can get into that conversation next week. We've actually come to the end of the hour. I feel like a psychiatrist, I'm sorry, the hour is up. Not true, not true. Does anybody else have anything they want to say before we adjourn?
Adjourn.
I want to thank Antoinette,
Good.
Giacomo, and Jacob. Well, hope to see you again next week. All of you next week. Stay safe.
Thank you.
And have a great weekend.